That's the Run Wild by Tyson Geik. Our thanks to him for allowing us to use his music to kick off another season of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League here at Memorial Arena in Brampton. I'm Matthew Carrick. Proud to be joined, happy to be joined. Yes, he's back. Jonathan Donville joining me as our analyst tonight. Jonathan, first off, thanks for coming back. Good to have you back. St. Catharines tonight facing off against Brampton, two younger teams here in the league, both disappointing when it comes to the playoffs. What do you expect from these teams here?
Yeah, well, first of all, great to be back. Calling with you, Maddie, this summer, and great to be supporting free streams on YouTube, JVI Sports, OJLL. I think is an outstanding initiative, and happy to play a small role in that. And it's just great to be back in the venue. And something that's exciting to me. First game of the season is a lot of last names that lacrosse fans will know: O'Toole, Steinhaus, Zavitz, among many others. Meridian, a lot of familiar names here. Lacrosse is a family sport, and it's cool to see. Expecting a lot of great action from these two teams.
One of those names already, Connor O'Toole, one of the draft picks in last year's draft, went in the first round, 18th overall to Vancouver. He gets the start as the ball bounces all the way back down towards, I believe that's Oliver Vagno.
Obviously, both teams still missing a couple guys off at school. Expect these first few minutes to be a little hectic and usually a little rough. Don't be afraid to see some scrums, some after the whistle play. Everyone's just excited to be back out here.
Blue jerseys right to left off the visitors' bench are the St. Catharines Athletics. With the ball here to the outside. Here's Keaton Zavitz. All the way up top, ties Steinhaus along outside. Shot rips. And the first save out of the way. Big high step for Trent Robertson. The first Brampton possession and a penalty. Mark Thompson's got the arm high, and so does Mark Sands. I wonder if this might be a too many men call. Quickly coming off that Steve Toll-led bench. Normally Steve Toll-led. I haven't seen him tonight.
Yeah, I believe he and his son Zach still down in the States at Culver Academy there, taking care of the end of their high school season, so I'm sure we'll see them soon. Didn't catch what the penalty was there. I think it was a moving screen, off-ball moving pick that ended the play. Judging by the fact that it looks like we're sending someone from the bench to the penalty box, looks like it was too many men.
And the first look of this Brampton power play, which by the way is without their top two scorers, Eric Ward and Reed Acton. From last year, they'll go up to Thompson instead. That shot from Darcy Thompson hits the body, and off to the races is Zavitz. The twist shot hits the pad of O'Toole as he came in transition.
Yeah, Zavitz, a guy we've already called his name a few times, playing primarily out the offensive door, playing the top of the first power play, or first penalty kill, an interesting wrinkle by the St. Catharines staff.
I know Carter Zavitz is listed as an assistant coach, but between him and Keaton, I feel like we've been calling that name for about 12 years here in Junior A. Another outside rip attempt. This one from Nolan Byrne also gets stopped. So I don't think Vagno's faced a shot yet in our first minute and a half. This one's just going to be blasted down the floor and back into the crease of O'Toole. It will reset the shot clock, though, halfway through this first power play for Brampton.
Yeah, smart play by Mitchell Armstrong there, not to pick it up, just get it down, beat the 8-second violation.
Bowie Horseman is the captain. He works around his screen, and a third shot block on this penalty kill. Takes the 30 clock down to 5 seconds as Horseman gets it back. Up top for Byrne. High shot skips off the shoulder of Vagno, and then off the back glass, but straight to a runner down the far side. Julian Race bringing it up quickly. And now they'll slow things down as Mitchell Armstrong takes over the Philadelphia Wings draft pick from last year.
Yeah, some really impressive block shots there by the St. Catharines defense. I think the block shots is a little bit of a trend here in box lacrosse. If you're watching a lot of NLL games, you'll see guys intentionally jumping in front of shots all the time. That's what St. Catharines did down there.
Stick rides high here. I believe that's Connor Blondin who is going to get the penalty to match that one. Only 5 seconds left in St. Catharines minor. And we'll play a little bit of 4-on-4. Looks like the Athletics are telling him to wait as we look at the penalty.
Yeah, just a little eager, caught him up. I actually don't even know if it was was Blondin that really got him. I think his helmet was already kind of riding up by then. But these first few minutes, pretty much exactly how I thought they'd go, Maddie. A little hectic, and obviously 2 penalties right away. A combination of chaos and a little bit of rough stuff expected to settle in as it goes on.
Well, 2 young rosters, as we said, including 4 rookies normally for St. Catharines, with 7 Junior B call-ups in the lineup tonight. Jeff Chosky told us before. This ball is going to pop out of the stick. Colton Armitage trying to cut through the middle. Comes back for Zavitz. Number of fakes to twist the score. All the moves from Zavitz with the first goal of the season.
Yeah, he tried that twister on the kind of partial breakaway he already had, trying to go 5-hole. Just another good look at it. Really, 20 to 25 seconds of good defense by Brampton, and Zavitz not even in the screen yet. Kind of comes in late, and a good play to get kind of freeze his defender, and then just a pretty slick little twister there to the far foot. O'Toole, very unusual, uses the wall, a plastic stick in there, different than a wooden stick. I think there's historically been maybe some durability stuff that most goalies have seen with those, but definitely lighter will let you kind of be a little bit quicker in there. I'd have to let the goalies kind of talk more about that, but certainly a slightly unusual. I would imagine he's the only guy in the league using that stick. Also might be the best goalie in the league, so just kind of something interesting.
Ty Stainhouse puts it in the corner, rolling up over the top. Another shot and a goal.
Good offense here from St. Catharines. Just a pretty simple over-the-top pick and a really nice shot there to the top left corner.
Jaden Patterson making it 2-0 here for St. Catharines. And you're right, we've seen some scrambly play on both ends of the floor already. Here's an AP, Alex May for Brampton. Notice the white bucket out there. Here's Byrne. Fakes. He's going to drive to the net. Still a man all over him in front. Oh, Vanyo comes to his left, makes the save, and a crease call there against Brampton. Otherwise, Byrne was all alone in front with another chance.
Yeah, great move by Byrne there. Had tons of time. I thought it might have taken too much time, but just still had a chance to throw 3 or 4 fakes in there. A really nice save by Vanyo.
Armitage for Trent Meridian. All the way back around the horn. It's now in the far corner. Ton of movement here as they try and get it back to Meridian. Bounced away from Armitage. 5 on the shot clock, looking for the backdoor feed. And it bounces off a body. And now Brampton wants Blondin to muck it. He does, gets the shot clock violation, and we're through 4.5 here in the opening period. Scheduled for 3:20s, by the way. Get you back into summer mode. Here's Dante Bowen finding a man on the crease, and Colby DeMora scores.
Maddie, I was going to say about St. Catharines, I wasn't sure if it was because of the call-ups, but we're seeing a lot of players play on both sides of the floor. And then a great example here as Bowen, more of a defensive player, or at least a two-way guy traditionally. They create a lot of space for him, give him kind of an isolation opportunity. And he says, I'm not going to take it to the net. I'm going to draw a double, and finds DeMora. And just a great job by DeMora of getting the ball out of his stick quickly. I think he went right between the wickets there on Vanyo.
Brampton had to play the entire season without Bowen last year. It was the first game of the season when he went down with a non-contact injury, but back here, and again, just the threat of him taking to the net on display in that first goal. Up top, De Silva. In the corner, quick pass looking for Byrne. Horseman will pick up the loose ball. Horseman fakes the pass, turns himself. In front, Nolan Marshall crashing as the shot bounces off Vanyo.
Yeah, that's good offense by Brampton there. Nice save by Vanyo. Good job of Bowie Horseman. A good Cornell boy, just being patient there and finding Byrne. Byrne's been sharp here in the early going. Could have had a couple.
Our first Cornell reference of the broadcast.
Yeah. First of many.
in towards the crease. O'Toole with the save. Get your bingo cards out, boys and girls. Donnie's back. It's going to be a season.
Yeah, add it to the 2024 drinking game.
De Silva to the corner. 10 to go on the shot clock. Comes back for De Silva. He got bumped. Knocks it free. And, I mean, they're wasting no time getting a lot of action, a lot of, as we said, rushing down the floor with the physical contact already in this game.
Yeah, St. Catharines, well, both teams really playing really hard. It's exciting, and I think you're seeing some of the youth from St. Catharines maybe just in physical size a bit on the back end, but they're playing really hard so far.
Up top for Zavitz, got the party started, and we got a man through the crease. Here comes Bowen. We talked about his transition before. Has help in Thompson coming off the bench, takes it himself, and Vanier makes the save. I wonder if you're Brampton. They were an overtime loss away from making the playoffs last year. And a lot of closer, tight games like that too. Wonder how much this plays into what they're going to do this season, just going a full 60.
Yeah, well, one smart tactic already is letting Bowen really get up and play a lot of offense.
Outside shot. There's a penalty coming as well. We'll see what the officials do here with Trent Robertson contacting the shooter, but it's 3-1 is what we know for St. Catharines.
Kind of a slow developing play here. Ended up getting, yeah, really it's a nice hitch move by Lefebvre there. They kind of get him into a sort of a small mini isolation at the end of possession. Does a great job of hitching his defender and increasing his angle there. And then a nice shot here. And St. Catharines has to be fairly pleased, like you said, Matty, with some new face in the lineup to be up 3-1 just about 7 minutes into the game.
St. Catharines with only 2 graduating seniors. Lefebvre, one of those, second in team scoring last year. So we'll count on him. We've already seen a ton of Zavitz early in this game. But it's Brampton that has it again. Demora to the outside. Horseman. Horseman rolling back to his right-hand side. Pass it back in the direction of Alex May. Now Horseman has it again, looking cross crease. And I think Demora got a stick on that. Horseman, I believe, intended to get that all the way outside.
Yeah, another pretty good look there. Brampton initiating the majority of their offense on the right side, and some pretty good looks so far. Those lefties are working off ball, getting themselves some good shots.
Closing on 8 minutes gone here. 3-1 lead. St. Catharines, a rising shot from Zavitz, goes over top of the net. And
good shot by Zavitz there.
I
I think he might have had Armitage cutting on a backdoor pick. Pretty good offense from St. Catharines here. And here we got Bowen playing offense again.
Spins off a check, directs traffic with the left hand. Still on the outside. He wants Byrne to go through the middle. Bowen's going to take it himself, the low shot. Vanier wasn't sure where the rebound was as it rolled into the corner. Here's Lefebvre, the most recent goal scorer. Made it 3-1 for St. Catharines. We'll get it back up top to Jaden Patterson. He's already got one in the game as well. Back to that outside, cutting back. Lefebvre takes it all the way in this time. And O'Toole's going to stand tall and make the save. Callum Witter gets Horseman off the bench. Phoenix pulling it. Coming in, asking him to slow things down. They try and go up top for May. It's over him, and did he get pushed over and back? Official right there to say no. Ends up in a Thompson shot right in front of Vanier.
Nice play by Armstrong there. Didn't quite get the over back, but did everything he could to force it. Brampton still ends up getting a shot, but not a great one at the end of the clock.
Ty Steenhouse will leave this in the corner, getting it back up top. Waiting now, turning and cutting, Gavin Howard. Ball's down, picked up, and off to the races goes Blondin. Blondin will wait for reinforcements and now give off to the O unit. Led by Demora. Byrne to the outside. De Silva's going to take 2 guys with him in the middle. No shot, though, so they go out to Nolan Marshall. Marshall, the pick and the roll, and May couldn't collect it.
Yeah, nice two-man action there by Brampton. Just couldn't connect on the pass. But those looks have been there. They've missed on some of their picks. I think with the right idea, just not setting hard enough, strong enough picks. That was what it's going to look like for Brampton there. They just got to capitalize.
Around the outside, St. Catharines back up top. Long way from the action is Patterson, who gets it now. Little flip pass, they'll skip it off the turf. And a good shot chance from Trent Meridian.
Yeah,
past the halfway mark.
Good call by you, partner, with the flip pass. You're seeing a lot of them right now for St. Catharines. I think Brampton is trying to use some of their athleticism, try to get out and force the ball down into the alleys. You kind of have to take the flip passes then. If you're St. Catharines, we'll see if they can capitalize.
Byrne looking to send it up to Horseman, just out of his reach, and now he's dealing with a ton of pressure. Finally relieved it from long range, Bowie Horseman.
Yeah, back recently from Cornell University, Bowie Horseman reintroduces himself to this top left corner here at Memorial Arena. Sometimes our job is tough as broadcasters and analysts, and sometimes it's pretty easy. He takes about 2 crow hops and just steps in and just pipes it to the top left corner. Pretty sick little 3/4 underhand release there.
He has been most of the offense for this Brampton team has Horseman the last couple of seasons. Loose ball off the face-off, recovered by De Silva. He decides to take on 3 athletics himself, and that was probably always going to be the result of that play. 3-2 now. Brampton closes back within 1. Under 9 to play here in the first period. Meridian back to the near side. Stainhouse is going to cut through. Paid for it as he got right in front of the net. And now jumping around and picking it off is Ty Carty. Carty wearing an A this season as one of the veteran players on this Brampton roster. He is one of 13 senior grads, if my math was correct looking at their roster. Playoff window closing quickly for this Excelsior squad as Darcy Thompson caused a big pile up there, and this ball does come back over the timeline, but the officials saying it was tipped by Ryan Andrews.
Yeah, I think a bit of a break
Horseman
here for Brampton.
Byrne, who cut through.
Sorry, Matty, that should have been over back, I think. A good break for Brampton doesn't end up hurting them, though. Play on.
Again, once you cross that center line, you cannot go back into the defensive zone. The ball will be turned over. The sidearm shot hits off the end boards. St. Catharines have it back. Patterson waited. That's another outside bounce shot from St. Catharines. They've tried that the last couple trips down the floor, yet to fool O'Toole, though. Carty in transition. Has the man off the bench to Silva. Covered quickly by the defender. De Silva will just wait out the rest of the change, and now Horseman up to Bowen. Wants help, gets it from Pullen. Spins off a check, turns and fires. And still trying to battle over this rebound, and you do have 8 seconds to get across that timeline we already spoke of, and St. Catharines took just a tick too many, and look out here, they give it right back as Mitchell Armstrong all alone, saved by O'Toole. Bowen down the boards to May. Marshall with it now. On the outside, Thompson straight down the middle. Guess they're going to say hit off a defender as they now chase this ball. Big rugby scrum for it in behind the crease, picked out by St. Catharines.
Good loose ball behind the net. Those are the hidden plays that lead to winning that you don't always recognize in real time. On my roster, there was Ari Steinhaus there with the big loose ball behind the net.
This is Ty Steinhaus back the other way. Another rebound that pops right out for Howard. No third chance, though, as Owen Chuvayello, the big man, rumbling all the way down, taking on a trio of blue jerseys, and enough to secure the possession. Pull into Thompson. As a result, the defense was late coming out, and Brampton had all kinds of numbers and couldn't capitalize. Horseman now going to get stuck on defense. Will get the change off as the Athletics slow down. Running shot, looked like it was going low again from Armitage. One off a leg, and now the loose ball comes all the way down. St. Catharines wanted interference called there against Callum Witter, but officials are not going to oblige.
Another hidden play there by Witter. I don't mind the no call there. Although St. Catharines not going to be happy with the off-ball call on them.
O'Toole to the bench. Byrne is the extra attacker. 8 on the shot clock. It'll come from the outside from Horseman. And you can play on until St. Catharines gains possession here. So Byrne up top with a fresh shot clock. Eamon Horseman. Here's Byrne. The twister tried to float it in. Didn't touch, and going to be a cross-check call here on the crease. I think this is Eric Steinhaus.
Second power play of the quarter here, or of the period, excuse me, for Brampton. And again, we see Zavitz out at the top of the penalty kill here. Be looking for him to go the other way.
Correct myself. That was 33 of Cody Rutherham, not the 93. That goes off for the illegal cross-check. Bird up top, Horseman. Marshall came through the middle, grabs a rebound, and then a handful of face mask as well. Meanwhile, the ball picked up by Horseman, a fresh 30 seconds. There was some pretty good Greco-Roman wrestling through the middle. Horseman does it again.
Where did he go to school, Matty?
Let me check my notes here. Cornell, I think.
Yeah. Another nice shot, kind of a savvy play here. He's kind of been hunting that short side, left post a few times, and clearly in shot first mode. Had a couple good looks in the last quarter, and then just goes to that same three-quarter release, the same one that he brought to the short side high, goes far side low, and then a nice celly to boot.
I didn't know outside rip was a course you could take there, but
I didn't take it. I missed that one.
Bowie Horseman's majoring in it right now. He's got a pair that tie this game at 3. Off the bench, Howard to the outside. Back-to-back goals now for Horseman, and the Excelsiors have tied this up. Another duck and drive from Howard. In on O'Toole, made the save, big shrug. No need for it though, as that went high over top of the net, and the shot clock violation here against St. Catharines.
Yeah, that last possession was exactly what Brampton's looking for with their style of defense. Bowen forced him down the alley and then got a check on him as he was shooting kind of the on-the-run down the alley shot. That's what they want to give up, especially with obviously a very strong goaltender.
May to the outside. I think that's the first shot May's had, despite the ball being in his stick a lot. And some of the new players, I mean, it's intimidating to shoot when you get called up in Junior A, but first one's out of the way for Alex May.
Ari Steinhaus again behind the net, another big loose ball, hidden plays that win games.
Armitage to the outside, has Zavitz off the bench. Trailing behind him, Meridian. Long shot hits the end boards. This one didn't hit anything, so it will be an over at back violation. De Silva. Quick restart as we near the 2-minute warning. Both teams have 2 timeouts they can use at any point in the game, but only 1 per period. Made behind the back. That one kind of caught between Poland and Horseman. Out the other way, a nice stick check on Noah Simpson Then knocked it free, but right to the man on the crease. And the Athletics have the lead again. It's Isaac Prantera.
Yeah, really just a bad bounce here for O'Toole. You're going to see St. Catharines get out in transition. I thought 22, Noah Simpson, does a great job here of trying to increase his angle. Doesn't end up working out. And then O'Toole goes to grab it, ends up putting it back out in front. Just an unfortunate one. Good composure there by, was that Armstrong on the goal, Matty, or Prantera?
We've got Prantera listed as number 5.
Perfect, okay.
I'm sure Matt Bauman will correct us at intermission if we're wrong. PA announcer and scorekeeper and everything else here at Memorial Arena. Bowie Horseman will set the screen for Marshall, who goes over the top. Not one enough to reset the shot clock. And a bright yellow headed stick of Horseman gets it back through to Silva, now to Byrne. Byrne cuts through in his shot. Another block, this time from Armstrong, who goes hard after the rebound.
A lot of blocked shots here for St. Catharines early. If Coach Steve Toll watches this film, he'll be pretty juiced up about that. Slashing penalty coming here for Brampton. 6-on-5 opportunity for St. Catharines.
Nearing the last minute of play as well. It'll be Robertson who goes off. That's, of course, assuming there's no goal here for St. Catharines. And that is not a great assumption. On the top, Patterson. It does get to O'Toole. And again, that plastic stick that you talked about covers it up. We've seen in the OJLL the past couple seasons, as we're going to get another look at the penalty here, pretty easy one for the officials to call, I would think.
Yep.
Goaltenders who play their first year in NLL, O'Toole obviously got drafted on a practice roster, come back, almost struggle a little bit readjusting to the stick.
Yeah, it's the most different position between the NLL and junior lacrosse. There are bigger nets in the NLL, and there's bigger nets in junior A from minor lacrosse. So goaltenders are going through 3 different sizes of nets in a few years, different size equipment, and then crucially in the NLL, smaller goalie sticks, so you kind of have to adjust your style.
Oh, did well there to get cross crease. Not sure that he was really required to make that save, but if there's anyone that can teach him how to do it, it's his father, Pat O'Toole, the NLL Hall of Famer.
Yeah, legend, absolute legend of the game. Also on the bench, I believe.
Yep.
For Brampton. But it's a good call by you, Matty. A lot of goalies have struggled with it. Very few that are actually in that position of already playing NLL while they're in junior. But we've seen it happen before. It's nothing to worry about, although he's actually looked fairly sharp here throughout the first quarter.
Horseman, a couple whacks, completes the hat trick in style.
I'll give the audience a break here from my, from talking about my own self here, but just another a great play here by Horseman, just staying aggressive. And man, what a twister! You'd love to have seen that from his own angle, but kind of goes far side with it. It's a shot that a lot of guys, have in the bag, and a lot of guys don't. I always struggle with that one, trying to get it back to the far side. Kind of counterintuitive. You bring your stick all the way over just to push it to the far side, but a pretty sick release there.
3 of Brampton's 4 from Bowie Horseman so far. Blondin will pick this off, and no time for another shot, but a great first period, 4-4 tie here between St. Catharines and Brampton. Donnie, your thoughts after one?
Really good energy, pretty much exactly how I thought it was going to go. Frenetic, violent at times, a few penalties either way. If you're Brampton, I think you got to feel pretty good being down 2-0 early, kind of fought back there, got it tied up right before the break. Now it's a 40-minute game.
Got to admit, it's a little awkward coming into this building for the first time. We would always come in opening day, come to Brampton, especially when he was commissioner. Dean McLoud would come up and say, "Hey, are you going to interview me today?" And we'd have to come up with questions we were going to ask, but not here holding court on the door as you come in. And presence that's definitely missed. He was a commissioner for 37 years of Junior A. I know you played in the league when he was a commissioner. Definitely missing him here tonight.
Yeah, he's a legend, and this is a small community we have. The Ontario Lacrosse community is a small community, and just always seeing him at the rink, I think was kind of just my memory of a guy who was always there, and and served our league very well in his time, and gone too soon.
Yeah, Matt Bauman told me that Brampton Excelsior logo is one that he kind of came up with back in the day as well, and really fought for it the last couple of years to make sure that it stayed in this city, and gone too soon. We lost him in October. Here are some of his words as we remember Dean McLoud here this evening.
Dean McLoud. They call me Dino. I live in Brampton, Ontario. My biggest thrill was scoring my first Junior A goal in Oshawa against the great Merv Marshall, and I can always remember it. There was we got beat 15-3 by that game, by the way, and I always remember face off on our end, and the loose ball came to me, and I tiptoed up to the crease and gave Merv a little fake, and Dwight Davies hit me from behind just when I was coming forward with the ball, and I think the ball, instead of going to the top corner, hooked down to the bottom and bounced in. Well, I was, after the hit from Davies, I was in the net, and Harry Benham, the referee, was in the corner. I looked like this through the mesh, and Harry, put your hands up. He put his hands up for a goal, and that was my first thrill of playing junior lacrosse. Well, I had no intention of ever being the commissioner of the league. I'll make that very clear, but I was up in Peterborough playing an old-timers hockey tournament, and I think it's the Duro Arena. It wasn't in Memorial Centre, it was a small arena just outside between Peterborough and Keene. And the late Dan Quinlan, Lee Vitarelli, and the coach's name, Benny Floyd, came to the game, and we went up to the bar to have a beer after, and the three of them were sitting there, and I'm looking, and we just played a Peterborough team and beaten them. And I said, "What are you clowns doing here?" And they said, "Well, we want to talk to you." I said, "Well, what about?" "Well, we got an interest of you being our commissioner." And I said, "I've got no interest. I'm general manager of the Brampton Majors." And we'd been to two-man cups in a row, won one and lost one in New West, and still had a pretty decent team. And so I said, all due respect, thanks, but no thanks. So anyway, that was on a Friday night. Saturday they came back, and they said, "We want to re-talk to you." So anyway, I listened to them, and it was flattering that they would single me out to be their commissioner. But anyway, I talked to my wife, and she said, "Well, why don't you try it?" So she's a smart one in our family, so I listened to her, and I took the job, and I said, "How long is this job going to be?" And Danny Quinlan, the late Dan, said, "Well, we'd like you to at least do 2 or 3 years so we can have some continuity, and then when you leave, we'll get somebody and you can mentor them in," and so on. And I said, "Okay, that sounds pretty good." So long story short, 2 or 3 years turned into 37 years. Well, all of my best friends are lacrosse people, and people from hockey ask me, like, how come you guys are all such great friends? Like, I played Junior B hockey in Brampton. I can't remember the name of some of my teammates because they came from all over the province. And but in the game of lacrosse, you start playing when you're 4 or 5 years old, not in my case, but mostly, and you play with those same teammates until you're 44 or 45 if you want to play that long. So there's a camaraderie ship there, and you go to the wall for each other. Hockey doesn't have that. Hockey's got the big dollars, and people move out of town when they're 14 years old and play Junior A and then on to the National Hockey League. The years have been good to me. Met a lot of good friends right across Canada. Maybe not so many in British Columbia, but in any case, a lot of times I'd get, pardon me, say, pissed off at different things, and well, what am I doing this for? I got better things to do, and I'd go home and rant and rave at home. And my wife, she's, like I said, she's the smartest one in our family, and she would calm me down and probably ulterior motive. She didn't want me quitting because I'd be at home bugging her. But she knew I had the love and passion for the game, and she was probably my biggest rock.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Let's go, raise up one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Back live at Memorial Arena here in Brampton on opening day of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League season. Matthew Carrick, Jonathan Donville, welcome to the Bowie Horseman Show.
Yeah, it's been great. Quick update, 6-6, Albany Buffalo. I think...
there's another game going on today?
Yeah, right. Turn that off. The boys are back on the floor.
There we go. One on the TV, one on the tablet.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get the devices
and we know which one
here.
you got to have the volume on for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 4-4. 4 goals from 4 different goal scorers for the St. Catharines Athletics, and Horsemen in on all 4 for the Brampton Excelsiors, who will start man down for 57 seconds here in the second period. Switch sides as well. So St. Catharines winning that face-off and going left to right here in the second period on the power play. Gavin Howard through Lefebvre. He was actually credited with 2 goals in that period. But Lefebvre up top. Low shot. Zavitz with his second. Both of them on the man advantage.
Kind of an interesting set here. St. Catharines is going to run a pretty old school play, or not old school, but a very common play where both of the crease offensive players are going to come up and pick the shooters. Typically, this is for the top man to shoot. And I have 17, Gavin Howard, instead of taking the shot, going down the lane, elects to make the skip pass to Zavitz, who makes a pretty slick finish right through the wickets there. I was taught, kind of indirectly actually by Dan T to bounce your quick sticks. I learned that when I was young, and it's served a lot of players very well, and that's another good example of bouncing the quick stick.
Speaking of other names that are pretty important in this building, that Teat family name goes back a long way, and of course we know what the latest edition did in his time here in this league. Thompson to the outside, Horseman back to the crease, no time for the quick stick. Thompson spins around and is shrugged away by Vagno. Quickly out and down floor, Noah Simpson had a bit of trouble with it, and Marshall there as well. Delayed penalty in behind, it'll be a slashing call.
Yeah, these are the ones you want to avoid. Byrne taking a slashing penalty, 200 feet from his own goal. Don't think it was anything too egregious, but enough to land him in the box here. And St. Catharines, having just scored on the power play, will go back on the man advantage. We'll see if they run that same play with the shooters, or the crease players coming up.
Zavitz in the same spot, at least to start. Stainhouse in the corner, far side. Up top, Howard taking quarterback. Pick comes from the near side. Different play, it'll open the look. No time for a shot, though, and following the ball all the way. What a play from Armitage, who did get the shot away, but O'Toole there to make it even better one.
Yeah, obviously a good look at the end, but good defense there by Witter. He's made a couple good plays here to start the second period, just playing physical defense, physical without the ball. In this case, on the penalty kill, kind of blew up the pick action that they're trying to run up top.
Here's De Silva. Turning back, a swim move up top. He'll back into pressure now. De Silva facing a 2-on-1 as that pops out of his stick and off the end boards. Minute left in second power play of the period so far. Perfect 2 for 2. Remember, they had one with the goalie out. Or the penalty, right as the goal was being scored through the crease. Is Christian Lefebvre.
Interesting setup here, partner, by St. Catharines. They go with a diamond look. Very common. You see the NLL, you see Steinhaus inside and a player right behind the goal. And then they just forget about the guy with the ball. Lefebvre sneaks around, and does a great job of when you're a kid, you're taught that your stick has eyes, meaning the head of your stick can see what you can't. Good example there. He reaches his stick as far as he can to the far pipe, and a nice finish.
Third power play goal of the game now for St. Catharines, who stretched the lead to 2. Remember, it was 3-1, though, in that first period before Brampton came back. See if they can do it again. It's the captain, Zavitz, to Howard off the bench. Circling the net now, they go far side. Return back. That shot misses everything from Cody McNeil.
Numbers here for Brampton off the bench. Elect not to use it.
Stainhouse being announced with his 4th assist of the game now. That's Ty Stainhouse. His shot comes cross crease and bounce those quick sticks, boys. Shot it off the mask of Vagno that time, though.
Yeah, what a save by Vagno. Talking to him, my teammate, St. Catharines coach Nick Mude, before the game. Vagno, a field goalie at Lindenwood. Not uncommon for guys to play field or to play goalie in both disciplines. but to do it at a high level is cool to see.
Too many men coming up here. Is it against Brampton?
It's got to be against St. Catharines, unless we're going to get a penalty shot.
Too many against Brampton, yeah, but St. Catharines had the ball in attacking territory, so you're right. I think that's a mistake to halt proceedings there, but
just listening to the refs kind of talk about it, I think he said he had it before the whistle, so maybe while it was a dead ball, already had it, so I think that might have been the call there.
All right.
Either way, you mentioned it already, three shorthanded goals three power play goals, by St. Catharines already. Just doing the quick math here. If you're Brampton, you got to find a way to stay out of the box.
Sure. You mentioned Nick DeMood. I mean, give the man his flowers. What a season. I know you had a first-hand look. I know it ended before you wanted it to, but, I mean, he played in this league and was very good, and that's what got him his shot and really took advantage of it, I think, this season.
Yeah, he's a superstar, and it's been cool playing with him. We had a very good rivalry growing up, so, playing with him is certainly a lot more fun than playing against him. And a great person, a great teammate as well. A real pleasure to play with.
Of course, Panther City Lacrosse Club, where my partner now does his best work. Over to the far side. Zavitz long shot, O'Toole there to make the save, and already they've got a man headed all the way down floor. It's Witter. Finds one on the crease. It's Horseman who got double teamed. And a great job by the defense of St. Catharines taking that chance away. From the outside, Zavitz, no shot. Gonna come back for Howard.
Good eat by Robertson there, getting in the lane. Don't rub it.
Only 6 to shoot. That one just missed O'Toole, and it will go for the over and back. But with Howard now back on defense, he'll call the troops down and get off. Minute left to go here. Brampton can't kill the whole thing, but we'll see what Horseman can do from the outside. Cross to De Silva. Still working by himself for now. Comes to Byrne. Turns and fires, hits the end boards. Goes straight to Julian Race. And 30 seconds to go here in St. Catharines power play. 5 minutes gone in the period. Howard walking through, got the shot to O'Toole. Chuvayello with the loose ball, and we got a penalty coming up here. Someone came off the bench early on St. Catharines' side, and no doubt Brampton's going to just wait this one out, get their man back so they can have a man-up opportunity. Horseman and Thompson do just that, leaving O'Toole on the bench for the 6-on-5. Byrne and Horseman from the outside. That one just sailed high. I think getting a piece was Noah Simpson, but we will get the too many men call.
Boy, it didn't seem like that one from Horseman missed by a whole lot there at the end. He seems he's got it pretty well dialed in here. I mean, not surprised. You come off a college season, you're playing every day. It's certainly an advantage, for some of the college guys. Obviously, some wear and tear as well from a long season, but a lot of reps, a lot of skill development that takes place throughout the college season.
Ball down here on the first set of this power play. De Silva up top. Burns shoots it straight down Main Street. And that one missed the mark. Defender falls. Nice pickup from De Silva. His shot hits off the crossbar and goes out of play right at the tail end of the clock. Horseman. Couple fakes up top. Now he will go to Byrne. Around the back, down for Thompson. His shot missed. Back for Horseman again. Thompson through the middle, shoots, and Vagno over across to meet the ball. And Thompson, piece of his stick while he was in the crease. And almost every official's arm goes up as they saw that one. That's one of the easier calls here tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of discretionary calls in this sport. That's one of the automatic ones.
That is not one of them,
in the crease, it's an automatic penalty. I've made that mistake several times myself.
Turning shot there, hits the outside post. And our fair share of penalties, dare I say, in this second period so far.
Yeah, we'll play 4-on-4 here for about 50 seconds. Well, this is going to work out pretty well for St. Catharines. They'll get their 4-on-4, and then they'll get their man out of the box and gain their advantage while on defense, try to maximize their power play time.
Gavin Howard turns away from Adamson. Back up top, Lefebvre. He's on hat-trick watch. They put it to the far side now. Zavitz, he'll back away from pressure. Off the end glass, and don't know if that was a play or not intended for Howard. He's going to go long distance. Hits the end boards, the official, and then goes up out of play. And there's a discussion here. Because it went off the official, I think that's why they're signaling draw ball.
Yeah, that's just a bad bounce for the Excelsiors there.
We're getting deep in the rule book on that one. But
another non-discretionary call. If it goes off the ref, there's nothing you can do. Just a bad bounce for Brampton, but right off the boards, the ref had no time to react at all. His back was to the play. Just one of those bounces.
Rutherham, another good job at the dot. He's only missed a couple from there so far. Here's Stainhouse, misses that shot. Well wide, Witter's gonna run it down. But with Vaniel coming out of the crease, we hit the stoppage for the over and back. Marshall off the bench, hard shot, no one picked him up. And Vaniel there to see the shot and make the save. This is a power play for St. Catharines with a minute left in it. 12 left to go in the period. 6-4 is the score for St. Catharines. Zavitz, Howard keeping it high so far. They go down in the corner now. A lot of movement over on that left side as it's returned back, and the shot goes off the helmet of Trent Robertson and up out of play. But they give it back to Brampton. They must have seen it off someone in blue, I guess. Trent Robertson keeping it well out of harm's way for now. Ari Stainhouse.
He's taking the full merry-go-round here, all the way around the offensive zone.
Got to close those rings, my man.
He's taking the full bike tour there of the offensive zone at Brampton Memorial.
Tonight's the night for it. It's not a hot one. I mean, it's warm in here, but by Memorial standards, this is quite pleasant.
One of the smallest offensive zones you'll see as well. One of the smaller rinks in the league. You take the tour in Whippy, you'll be a little more tired.
Outside, Howard had to shoot through traffic, hit something on its way through, and Witter's going to pick it up and try again. Slams on the brakes, turns and fires. Vaniel thought he had it, but no, it's behind him.
Witter looks a little bit like the guy who used to wear that jersey, Connor McLellan, just a smooth left-handed defender. He's been really good in this second period. And a little bit like Jake Boudreau, too, another former kind of Brampton guy. Just pretty good savvy, just kind of stops, slows his momentum. I think that hesitation might have thrown Vaniel off a little bit as it goes through his 5-hole.
Pullen trying to chase down the rebound. It'll go back to St. Catharines, though. They are getting their restarts off the draw. Here in this game, Jaden Patterson has it now. Nearing the halfway mark, we're one goal separating these two teams, and hard contact there. Lefebvre on his way to the net gets draws the holding call.
I was just going to say, partner, if you're Brampton, you finally killed off these penalties. You get a great goal from Witter. You got to find a way to keep it at 5-on-5. I don't think they played a shift of 5-on-5 offense here in the second period, and then back in the penalty box. You know, just not exactly how you draw it up for the Excelsiors. And we'll see, St. Catharines now, several opportunities getting pretty deep in their playbook. We'll see what they go with.
Don't want to show too much in game number 1 of the season, although they're giving them enough opportunities. This one comes from Armitage. Shot through, and Zavitz looked like O'Toole was moving around in the crease there. Blondin and Stainhouse tied up. That knocked the ball free, and quickly back the other way, a shoulder save drawn out by O'Toole.
Yeah, 2 really good saves there by O'Toole, Matty. We could see a good angle of that first one. I don't think he saw it until the last second, through a lot of traffic, and then saw that last one real cleanly. A good inside look off a failed clear by Brampton. 2 big saves. To your point, coming back off the NLL season, settling into this game pretty nicely.
Horseman from the outside stops up, and this period they've been right on his hands, and rightly so.
Oh.
And picked up the shovel chance from Nolan Byrne.
Byrne's been all around the goal
Yeah.
here early on. He could have had a couple.
Just about to say, has definitely had his fair share of chances.
Goes with the John Grant Jr., hey, how are you, between the legs move there, and it almost goes in.
30 seconds of power play time left, but only 10 on the shot clock here for Zavitz and company. As they come near side, Lefebvre, no shot. Far side, O'Toole saved it. Bowen was about to take off, but didn't have the ball. Will now get it. Waiting for the instructions from the bench. And I think their instructions are going to be to wait for Nick McLoud to come out of the penalty box.
Another good kill by Brampton here. The penalties haven't totally sank them in this game, but you got to try to find a way to play even strength, and that's why.
Nolan Marshall shoots right, Vaniel went left, and that opened it up for the tie game.
Yeah, Marshall's got an interesting release. He cocks the ball back pretty far. I think it's hard for the goalies to see. Does a good job of really getting it back, kind of comes from behind him, and then to kind of bring it all the way over the top and yank it back to the short side low. That's a shooter's shot. A shot a lot of the best players in the NLL shoot with regularity. Vaniel steps out to save it, and then kind of gets fooled a little bit and opens up the short side low.
And you can see the reaction from him too, how much that shot fools him just on the release, as he thought it was headed all the way to the other side of the net. Excelsiors wanted a call on St. Catharines. They're going to get one themselves as Horseman goes for a cross check, and that's not going to keep the locals very happy.
No. Tough one for Brampton here. Yeah, that's a tough one for the Excelsiors here. We got to find a way to get another penalty kill.
Well, we get a goalie water break here. If you're interested in promoting your business, services, or products on the broadcast during the OJLL season, reach out to PR@OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com. And as always, follow at the OJLL on all the social media platforms. And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel as well, where we'll bring you a couple games a week at least, all the way through to the end of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League season at the end of the summer.
Eye in the sky here telling us at 8-7 now for Albany. Alex Simmons just scoring one of his many goals, a former for the Bandits, 8-7 for the Bandits, excuse me. A former superstar for the Athletics, one of the great players, many great players to wear the double blue.
I shared a milk with him in 2021.
Learn a lot about a man when you share milk with them, don't you, Matty?
Hey, what happens at the track in Oakville stays at the track in Oakville, all right?
Fair enough.
So Brampton short-handed here as we're back underway. As I try and save the broadcast, Marshall from the outside. That bouncer just past the net, and it came to the tail end of the shot clock too.
Yeah, Marshall trying to shoot that same short side low. He does a good job, whether it's on the run or with his feet set, again, of shooting that that kind of overhand shot.
Under 7 to play here in the second. We're all tied up again. Lafayette, little flip pass, trying to open space for him. Couple spins there on the crease from Armitage. Now Jewell waiting it out. The reason for this right now, the shot clock doesn't reset until he touches it in the crease. And Brampton's killing off the penalty, so there is no hustle. I know it doesn't look great for TV, but now that he does touch it, the count is on. 8 to get across center after the 4 to clear that crease there, but they got the penalty time under 30, and Brampton can kill the whole thing.
Savvy play by O'Toole.
Burns going to wait it out. Horseman ready to rejoin the fray. A first period hat trick, but quiet so far. Horseman across.
A lot of space here.
De Silva one-on-one takes it in. Vanya with the save. It's chased down by May. And Alex May take it into the end boards. Still with the ball, however. May continues to rag around and gets it to Horseman. His shot scores! Horseman seeing red tonight. That's his 4th and the first lead for Brampton.
Yeah, it really starts with May here escaping a really good shot by our camera crew here, escaping this double team behind the net, and a good pick by Poland as well. And then just too much space. He got to close the gap on shooters. On the last Brampton power play, they were saying no shot as in don't let Bowie shoot it. You know, 5-on-5, kind of the attention just slipped there for a second, and he goes back to that short side high.
Zavitz through the crease. Took flight. I want to see the replay here because remember the OJLL rule is that's a cylinder. But either way, they give it to Zavitz for his hat trick.
Yeah, early in this game, St. Catharines' best offensive players playing all over the floor. Steinhaus creates the turnover. Zavitz finishes the goal. I think a pretty athletic play there to stay out of the cylinder. Does the old, not a crease dive, but just a crease jump, I guess. The old Lyle Thompson crease jump. Stays out of the cylinder. Right? Nice play.
That is a textbook junior A goal, keeping your feet outside.
And, man, I'm sure all of our listeners will be pumped. We're less than 35 minutes into the Ontario lacrosse season. We're already chatting about crease rules. A tradition like no other.
Horseman from his spot, going to take it down deep this time and hauled down, but drew a slashing call on the way. As we're tied up at 7. But
if you're Brampton, can you decline the penalty and just play 5-on-5? Like
sure.
We've had penalties this whole second quarter. I mean, Horseman's been the player of the night, no question about it. Just relentless getting to the goal, using his athletic advantage against the young back end for St. Catharines. Watch Horseman on the crease here. Watch for some kind of play to get him up into the shooting spot.
Here's Byrne. Over there to Thompson on the run. Went for the quick stick that time, but out of the reach of Marshall, who already has one in the game. De Silva arriving on scene, a little too hot. Turns the ball over. I just want to know if we can give Alex May 2 assists for his work behind the net and drawing as much contact and pressure as he did on that last Horseman goal.
Absolutely, just earning extra possessions. You know, lacrosse, when it comes down to it, is a game of math. A combination of loose balls, goals, saves, all adding up in your direction. Those extra possessions just tilt it in your favor. Speaking of, Steinhaus earning another one for St. Catharines.
Bowen all over him. There is a lot of pressure, and we are close to the bench here, so the officials trying to sort this out, and I imagine it's just going to be possession. Well, Mark Thompson might have other ideas here. He's got the riot card out. Owen Chuvayello, 6 foot, 183. Going in after this, and there is a big collision there. That started with a Steinhaus shot, excuse me. Chuvayello coming in, and
they're going to get Bowen and Steinhaus, or excuse me. But
London,
either
London
way,
6'6", 240 coming in there as well.
Yeah, either way, we're going to be 4-on-3 here. Yeah, 4-on-3 here for Brampton, but Brampton's starting on defense, so they'll get one good possession here, assuming no more penalties on this ensuing possession.
Lefebvre pushed to the outside. Armitage has it now. Back to Lefebvre. Armitage towards the crease. He's all tied up with Adamson. Zavitz, the only athletic yet to touch it, as they go back to the near side. And O'Toole made the save.
Number 12, Trent Robinson for Brampton, has made a number of really tough, good plays, a number of block shots, using a hilariously bent stick, Maddie. Next time he's out there, I hope he gets a shot, because there's no chance he knows where it's going.
Down into the corner, De Silva, Byrne behind the back. Onto the crease, turns one of the shot, but Vagno there to make the save. Mitchell Armstrong on the run. He'll hold a shoot, see inside of the restraining line, recognizing his team about to kill off the penalty and go 4-on-4. Steinhaus. That one just wide, and you can hear, well, we could anyways, in-house, the groan of disapproval from himself afterwards. Ty Carty taken down. And the ball back here to Brampton. Marshall off the bench. No time for the shot. The pass was a bit too high. Witter feeling it after his transition goal, I guess.
Yeah, another good opportunity there for Brampton. They'll take those looks.
And how about Witter? This is his third straight possession, as he started on defense back on this end, or at least when I picked him up, it could be longer than that, staying out again. Lefebvre wanted to flip back. Does, gets it to Steinhaus. Everyone thought it was going to come there to Armitage.
Yeah, nice save there by O'Toole. He's really settled in here in the second period.
Byrne with it. Sutter Pilon out playing defense. Another name that's been part of Junior A in St. Catharines for a while.
Absolutely.
Big hit behind the scenes here as ball's brought up over center. About 90 seconds left. Both teams have all 2 timeouts intact as we come down the stretch. Dante Bowen lowers the shoulder, steamrolls his man, shoots and scores! Welcome back, Bowen!
Maddie, it's our first Happy Meal of the year. First Happy Meal, picks up the loose ball right here, and then just pulls a Jerome Bettis right
Truck
through
stick.
his defender. Flips up the analog stick for the truck stick there. And then on the run shot. He's been dynamic in transition all game. Obviously a very good player at this level, built for the next level. Even the NLL game, more open, an impetus on transition play. You know, that's a name to get familiar with for lacrosse fans. You're going to be seeing it for a while.
You're not allowed to score a normal goal when you have shoes like that. It has to be something spectacular. And Dante Bowen just brought this crowd to life with that one there. Twister on the crease. Darcy Thompson keeps the run going.
Across the game it runs, Matty. We've seen it time and time again. You can feel it in the building. A juice goal by Bowen, and then back in call against St. Catharines, which I think was the right call. They just don't get subbed on, don't pick up guys well enough. And then good heads-up play to win the whistle. It's a term you hear often. Field lacrosse means be ready to play when the whistle blows. Winning the whistle by Brampton there, and Thompson finishes off. Nice twister 5-hole. Goal scorer's goal.
Another face-off win for Rutherham. We don't have the stats up here, but it's been a while since he lost one, either clean out the draw or chasing the Lucy afterwards. St. Catharines winning that dot battle so far in this game. Here's Lefebvre into the last minute now. 2-goal lead for Brampton. Out for Zavitz, his sidearm shot. Witter knocked it down and then turned and fired the ball down floor. Shot clock violation against St. Catharines.
Smart play by Witter there not to pick it up, just bats it down. Now Brampton can play 30 seconds of full offense, although they might want to shoot it soon.
A moving screen call will take care of that, though, but at 35.2, so St. Catharines electing not to use the timeout. As they're working around from the outside, O'Toole will cover up, and everybody's signaling that they want the break now with 23.8 to go, and Brampton in position to perhaps take a 3-goal lead to the locker room.
Yeah, a bit of a teaching moment there for St. Catharines. I think they were shooting with the idea of a 2-for-1 situation to try to get it back. Just had slipped under the 30 seconds. I think sometimes in general, Matty, you see teams hunt the 2-for-1 maybe too aggressively, settle for 2 weak shots instead of playing a good possession, getting a good look there. But either way, a learning moment early in the season, first game of the year.
So 23.8 to go here.
(9-7) now for the Bandits.
Okay.
Looks like almost 5 minutes left, just over 5 minutes left in the quarter. So I think you can write that one off and just turn to this one.
Yeah. Shout out our boy, by the way, Pat Gregoire, who's been standing in your position a couple times as well. See, not just players can get called up for the NLL from these ranks. Up top, this is an extra man set for Brampton as they walk through. The shot from Byrne got knocked down, picked up for Horseman. Long range, eats a check, and at the buzzer, pulling with the shot. Not going to go, but Brampton has a 2-goal lead and will be on the power play. We might not be done yet, as one of the other perks of this building is both teams have to go down the same tunnel.
Yeah.
Not sure if you know anything about that, Donnie, but
how could that go wrong?
Clearly someone was thinking when they put this building together to have both teams go down the same tunnel to get to the rooms. 9-7 your score on the back of a highlight reel goal from Dante Bowen and Darcy Thompson. A quick stick on the crease as we're through 2 periods of play here in Brampton. It's the opening day of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. We'll be back for the 3rd period in about 10 minutes.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Yeah, let's go. Raise up one time. Go get it. It's yours. Let's shine. Come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Brampton Excelsiors coming back on to their home floor here at Memorial Arena with a 9-7 lead after 2 periods. Athletics were out just before them. This is game number 1 of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League season. Continues on Monday. Six Nations will face Burlington, who start their Minto Cup defense in Six Nations Bread and Cheese Day. That game at 4 o'clock. Then Tuesday, Orangeville Whitby. We got 3 broadcasts coming up later that week. We'll talk about those as this period rolls on. But we're underway. I'm Matthew Carey along with Jonathan Donville, the JVI Sports Network. And a whole bunch of our good friends here in Brampton getting this season kicked off the right way, live and free here on YouTube.
Brampton starting this period on the power play. They'll get a full 2 minutes from the start of the period. Nice loose ball there by St. Catharines and a chance to kill the first 30. But we'll see this Brampton power play go to work. Expect a heavy shutoff towards Horseman, who's got 4 in this game, but he's shown that he can be a feeder as well. But expect St. Catharines, to do what they can to try to shut number 18.
Another impressive defensive set from Callum Witter, who played 19 games last year. 2005 player who went to Robert Morris. And Brampton headed back to the box, a slashing penalty of their own, which was the infraction against St. Catharines. Teams aren't the only ones who get to talk about things in the dressing room. It's often officials too, and it's interesting how many times they come out and make that early call.
Yeah, I think setting a tone for the season too, trying to cut down maybe on some of the off-ball slashing, but we've certainly seen quite a few power plays in this game.
Blondin with a loose ball, and here's Bowen, who brought the crowd to life with our first highlight reel goal of the season. And he's scored a couple like that.
A lot of space for him here, clearing out a lot of space.
10 on the shot clock. He gets those kicks in motion again. Horseman outside to the middle. Sidearm shot burn off the defender and out. Still 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds. It's Horseman. Outside shot. Vanyo had it behind him, wasn't sure where.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Matty, earlier in the game, but kind of a theme. A lot of younger players on the back end for St. Catharines, missing a few of their regulars. Not a ton of size to throw at Bowen and Horseman, especially in those isolation type situations. That's been really important for Brampton, kind of exploiting those matchups.
Here's Zavitz. Just going on the power play are St. Catharines. Down to the crease. Howard spun away, and threw the ball down floor right to Witter. And the heads-up play from Witter to come down and take the shot. What an impressive game from him here tonight. Here's Byrne. He got hit just as he was letting that fly. Nathan Fear.
Yeah, good example of the quick whistle there. Hasn't always been the case in Junior A, but that's kind of an NLL rule that's now come to Junior A. Witter picks it up. They'll blow the whistle right away. Quick restarts allows him to get the breakaway there. And, we sure have mentioned his name quite a few times.
Zavitz across to his right, and Lefebvre's been on hat-trick watch for some time and finally gets number 3.
Yeah, Lefebvre just steps into this. Hard to tell from our angle whether he goes far side or short side. But Robertson, trying to get in that lane, block that shot. He's done it quite a few times. When you don't get the block, sometimes maybe screen the goalie just a little bit. And Lefebvre does a good job of shooting around the block, getting the shot through. And he's lucky he goes to a good spot.
On the run off the face-off win, Julian Race. Had that one bounce away, and guess who? Witter there to get the rebound and stays on his feet after nearly getting filled in. Sutter Pilon did finish the job afterwards, however. We got ourselves a 1-goal game again. Horseman. A twist shot that bounces through the crease. Getting word from our stats department that Buffalo has taken game one. That game is over. So all eyes can now focus right here, where Brampton leads 9-8 on opening day of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League season. Here's Alex May with De Silva off the bench. Bowen staying out to take a turn on offense. De Silva lost his man, but then a bit half-hearted attempt at the pass across to Byrne ended up with a loose ball that Zavitz quickly picks up.
Boy, I'd love to see some of the, if we had time on floor possessions for Zavitz in particular, Steinhaus and Bowen really playing on both ends. I think Bowen's gone down, up, down at this point, playing his third possession, and he's looking to get out again here.
And if he does, he's going to take it in transition. Has the man up. It's Baker. Bowen does get it across to Ben Baker, and ate a big slash that went uncalled afterwards. Gave a bit of the head of the stick to Rutherham. As it's across here to Byrne. He goes far side. May quickly back. Pullman, his shot didn't get a whole lot on the release, which caused it to go high with the man right in his face. Cody McNeil jogs off. Late arrival here is Lefebvre for sitting on 3 goals. Steinhaus shoots through traffic, and somehow O'Toole finds it and makes sure the rebound doesn't clear out of the crease. That was McClure bringing it up in transition for Horseman. Passed the stick behind his back, but then got it knocked out of his hands. He's going all the way down into the bag of tricks today. Crashing the net, and look out here as Noah Simpson. He's going to argue he was hit on the follow-through. Meanwhile, Mitchell Armstrong and Trent Robertson involved. Here's the penalty.
I think he deserves credit here for certainly not doing anything malicious at the end. I think he did try to avoid O'Toole, but still ran right into the net. I think you're going to get that call most times, especially in a game that's obviously been tightly officiated. You're not going to see something like that get let go.
And a chance here for Brampton. That period break came at perhaps the wrong time for the Excelsiors, who were rolling and had the crowd into it right before the period ended. But now, can they get a goal here on the power play? Horseman up top. Here's Byrne, the shot on the crease. De Silva couldn't shovel it towards the net. They did get a reset, though, and May picks up the Lucy.
Yeah, Byrne's going to have some time here. You can see they're pretty tight to Marshall. Byrne's got a good time, as he did there.
Fired it right at the shoulder and right off the pad of Vagno. But you're right. That play was designed for Byrne, knowing that they were going to come up heavy and hard on Horseman.
Yeah, I think the other advantage of that strategy, Matty, is it lets Vagno be aggressive on the shooter because he knows it's probably not coming back to the righties there. He kind of step out. He's been at his best tonight, Vagno, when he's really reading the play well and stepping out to cut out the angle.
Wow. Steinhaus. He was in full skid mode as he fell down, but gets right back up, which is good to see, and makes his way to the bench. Here's Marshall. 38 seconds left in this power play. As it's Marshall, now Horseman up top. And fairly quiet since that first period. They look quick stick to May. And Vagno did nice to come left to right.
What a pass by Byrne there. Really nice save by Vagno.
Double team was coming in quick there for Fear. So he got rid of it. Lefebvre has it now. Only a couple ticks left in the penalty, but 10 left on the shot clock. Lefebvre down to a knee. Gets back up. Can't get rid of Carty. turns, shoots as Carty was ducking, and it was wide of the net, and the shot clock does expire as we return to 5-on-5 lacrosse.
You know, return seems like the wrong word here, Matty. We really haven't played much 5-on-5 here. We'll see if it kind of settles down a little bit as we got an isolation situation here.
Left that side open for Phoenix pulling, and his shot ended up being scooped up here by the Athletics, who come across center.
Yeah, I think Pullen maybe let him off the hook a little bit there. You got an isolation, good opportunity to try to get to the goal, be aggressive, pulls up for the shot. Not a terrible look, but you know, maybe one they could have gotten another time.
Armitage to Zavitz. A lot of movement and action through the middle. Ended up with Howard being taken out. Loose ball. Brampton's just going to muck it as we're late in the shot clock. And there it sounds as Robertson tied up again. Trent Robertson, the penalty minutes leader,
plays on.
Last year was 76. And they just quick whistled it in. And it's a 2-on-2 back in the offensive zone. Dante Bowen waiting for help. There's a countdown on the floor. I think that might be the shot clock. Ball's going to come all the way across to De Silva, and they take it away on a moving screen. All kinds of yelling under us as Lachlan Beliveau sends the transition opportunity. Ball back to the near side, pops up for McNeil. Over the top and through pressure was Fear. Didn't miss the outside of the net by much there on that sidearm, but it does hit the safety netting. De Silva was tied up a little bit. On his way off the bench. Big wind up, no shot from Marshall. Does get it, but wide. And game's starting to open up a bit, but the offense starting to, I don't know, get a little sloppy. A lot of outside wide shots being had here.
Yeah, nice move there, though, by Marshall. He does a good job with that shot like we've been talking about, and then his kind of fake shot looks very similar, which is exactly what you want. Pretty good move there. Just got to shoot a better shot at the end of it.
Ball to the outside for St. Catharines. Brampton defends it well as it's brought back for Zavitz. His shot looking toward the knee of O'Toole, and he takes it away, and he's going to delay again.
Numbers here for Brampton.
Horseman tried to force the quick stick there to Byrne, who was all alone, and it turns into transition back the other way for Julian Race, who ties it up.
We called it with the Bowen goal earlier, but a happy meal here for St. Catharines. That's Julian Race. You know, when you get a happy meal on that, you get the burger, the fries, and the toy. He makes the steal, pushes it all the way through the floor, and then a really nice shot right off the hip at the kind of the stick side of O'Toole. Harder for the goaltender to move that hand, obviously, when it's holding the stick. A really nice shot in this game. All of a sudden, 9-9 with 10 minutes to go.
Some of us got nuggets, by the way. Just and all of a sudden, these battles for the face-offs have gotten a lot more intense, as they're still trying to figure it out with Bowen. I mean, almost full splits trying to get that one out. And it does trickle across center floor into the stick of Nathan Fear, but Bowen right back after his man, and his stick ends up on the floor, and he looks at the official and asks how that happened. Blondin backs into pressure. St. Catharines was looking for an infraction on Bowen at the same time. Closing in on 9 to go in regulation with a 9-9 tie. Horseman behind his back. There for Marshall, and another one off a stick of St. Catharines. Look at the hit there coming across from Nolan Byrne to get possession back. Shot clock never reset, so it expires on Brampton, and Ari Stenhouse is all alone all the way down floor, but quick wheels looking for that transition break. Ari will flip the tie. Zavitz Through the far side, McNeil. That was Howard putting it over there, and ball down briefly. Now behind the net. Late in the shot clock. Out in front. Oh, look out. Big hit there, and that's going to be called on Robertson. As Cody McNeil got filled in. Goalies will get a water break as we get another look.
Yeah, just a little late there by Robertson. Again, you know, given the other plays we've seen in this game, I think that's going to get called every time.
Sure.
You know, I don't really have any issue with that call there. Bit of a defenseless player situation. Obviously, sometimes those can be tricky. But regardless here, Brampton feeling pretty good about themselves at 9-7. You know, really got to find another penalty kill here and then try to find a way to generate some offense. Obviously, Witter and Bowen both scoring in this game already at the top of the penalty kill. Expect those guys to be aggressive here, try to create a big one for Brampton.
It'll be Zavitz up top here on this power play. Which at one time was a perfect 3 for 3. They do have 4 goals. All of them coming from Zavitz and Lafayette. Working it back through Meridian again. Up top, Zavitz. Low shot. That hit, I think, Cardi in the leg. Doesn't even react.
Seen a lot of blocked shots in this game from both teams, especially on the penalty kill. See Blondin right now just holding his hands up in the air.
Here's Zavitz.
Big getting bigger.
Slide came from Lefebvre on that far side. Cross crease now, the one-time shot from Stainhouse. And a collision there. Stainhouse trying to chase down the loose ball. Bench saying he went through the crease, but O'Toole there to take away the pass intended for Meridian. Halfway through this latest St. Catharines power play. Zavitz has it. Passing behind him is Armitage. He goes instead to Meridian. Zavitz, Stainhouse. Back up top once more. No look pass. Go in the corner. Lefebvre opens up for Zavitz, who takes his spot. That shot down. And into Blondin. Stick explodes out of the hands of one of the offensive players of the Athletics. But an 8-second count against Brampton. I guess they ruled Blondin picked it up with possession. So Meridian has picked up a fresh twig. Go back to Lefebvre and a moving screen.
Pick. Good defense up top there. Neil Adamson for Brampton. Just kind of ruining that play, causing the moving screen. Often those moving screens, especially on power play situations, are a result of just effort from the defender to really kind of show that he's being obstructed.
See if the offense can answer the effort back at the other end, and trying was Marshall. But then Vanier right there. It was a bit of a carousel in net last year for St. Catharines. The couple games we did, especially down in St. Catharines, you know, Vanier had to come in and play mop-up duty, but it looks like he's won the starting job here. Ty Wilson, one of the young netminders, part of a huge draft class last year, including Zachary Toll, who's not here, and others. 4 in that first round, if I'm not mistaken.
Tough turnover there.
For the Athletics, but yeah.
Tough turnover there for the Excelsiors.
Here's Steinhaus. Getting it back, he'll cut the corner, take flight! And they call him in the crease, and this is the Junior A rule, the crease dive.
But Brampton's getting a penalty on this one as well. So no goal, but St. Catharines is going to go. I think the penalty's for a slash on his way to the goal because it's on Cardi. Yeah, I mean, you can't crease dive, right? I think that's, from my understanding of these rules, that's the right call. Pretty sick play by Steinhaus, though. It doesn't change.
I've said a number of times, And, I mean, there are arenas that we play in that don't have the turf, which I feel like if you want crease dive on that,
Yeah.
you go right ahead. But that's how it's been explained to me, so I'll leave the soapbox for now. I think it's taking away an athletic play, but
We got all summer to talk about crease rules, Matty. That's over and back, yep.
Adamson was getting hacked and whacked. The bench wanted a penalty, none upcoming, and then he stepped back over the line. And the Athletics power play going back to work. Can't say they haven't had time to practice the 5-on-4 here in this game. Zavitz.
Another block shot.
Lefebvre up top, another shot. This one gets through to O'Toole, who makes the save.
Look out.
Dante Bowen and Lefebvre race for it. Lefebvre had position.
What a play by Lefebvre there. Man,
Meridian.
Bowen's such an impressive player. Just hustles all over the floor, plays tons of minutes.
And that's why he was such a big loss for the Excelsiors last year.
Yeah,
Basically
absolutely.
took that whole season away. Meridian shot kicked out by O'Toole. Shot clock resets, 40 to go in the power play. Here's Zavitz. Looking towards the crease, and O'Toole makes sure there's no rebound with a couple blue jerseys sniffing around. Witter, a nice pickup from the O'Toole pass.
Brampton's got to kill the rest of this penalty. 15 seconds left. They can take the whole thing off, get it back to 5-on-5 here for the last 3.5 minutes of this game. Tied 9-9. Going right down to crunch time. Great finish ahead of us for the first game of this Ontario Junior Lacrosse season.
Horseman from the restraining line. No shot. De Silva runs out of time just as he thought he found open space. Stainhouse to Armitage now. Down to our final, 6 possessions or so. Lefebvre, Zavitz. They're going to one-on-one. Zavitz here on the near side, along with Zach Shepard. And it comes back up top. Zavitz shoots and scores right at the shot clock. Change direction and gives St. Catharines back the lead.
Yeah, pretty sick twister here at the end. Zavitz just does a good job staying patient. I think St. Catharines ran a set play early in the possession, didn't really work. A good face dodge, and then just O'Toole unable to kind of squeeze the elbow there. Shoots into a great spot, a kind of soft spot in the goalie equipment there. We've seen several players utilize that twister release. It's really a skill that everyone has in the bag now. And does a nice job of finding a hole there. Great
Rutherham
play.
again, and it's Rutherham that wins it.
Yeah, that's Armstrong. Those are the small plays that really win you games. Win face-off, but it's not just good enough to pick up the loose ball. There's a great flip pass to get it back. And now you cut Brampton's potential possessions down by 1.
Steinhaus turns and runs right into Adamson. Picked up the quick stick, O'Toole across. Can't make the second on Howard.
This is an unbelievable save by O'Toole here.
Oh, absolutely.
Brampton plays 20 seconds of good defense, puts the ball on the ground, just kind of forget to mark up. You can see kind of leak into the backside. What a save here, and then just nobody in the picture to get there fast enough. And Howard finishes it off, and now Brampton likely going to have to pull their goalie for the rest of the game.
De Silva running in to pick that up. But quickly stripped away, and the Athletics have it.
That's where, obviously there's a debate about face-offs and box across, but late in the game, there's no doubt that it helps, right? Brampton, 3 minutes left, it was a tie game. And 2 face-off wins by St. Catharines. Now Brampton's not even going to get a chance to touch it until there's less than 2 minutes.
I have thoughts, but we've got a whole season
Yeah,
to
okay.
discuss, Donnie.
And now they earn an extra possession.
Armitage with a good swim move to break free, and Steinhaus trying to make sure that Brampton doesn't touch the ball anymore in this game.
Yeah, there's a masterclass in late game here so far from St. Catharines. But a lot of work left to do. If you're Brampton, you just got to get the ball, get your guys a possession.
Floor opening up for Steinhaus one-on-one. They're not going to let him cut to the net again like they did last time, as this shot goes up and off a Brampton player. That must have caught a piece of Robertson as he came across with only 2 on the shot clock. It's back in the stick of St. Catharines.
Yeah, coming up on 2 minutes here without Brampton even having the ball. Combination of loose ball wins, resets, and face-off wins, and goals, obviously. You're Brampton. I think you got to try to press out a little bit here, try to create a turnover.
Steinhaus wanted that on the outside. It went through the middle instead, and it's Witter who's going to pick it up and across center. O'Toole beats 2 of his defenders to the bench, and in the final minute here, Brampton will be 6 on 5.
Brampton's got
Trying
to
to
go.
get 2 in the final 60. Byrne. Back to Thompson. They go to the outside. De Silva had to double clutch a little bit. Oh, it was loose in between the wickets of Vagno. But with 35.7 left to go, St. Catharines, will they get it across center in time? Yes, is the first answer. And O'Toole is still on the bench.
Nice play by Julian Reyes there. He's been really impressive in this game. Obviously, the big goal, a huge play to clear it there.
Mitchell Armstrong, 22nd overall pick in the NLL draft, leaving it down in the corner, picked up by Ari Steinhaus, and time is running out. They want Steinhaus to shoot, but he's got no room to do so, and there's only less than 5 to go. And the first win of the OJLL season will go to the St. Catharines Athletics, but what a game on both sides, 11-9 your final.
Yeah, pleasure to be able to be here to call it. We have a great summer schedule lined up. I'm really excited to be back in the rinks all across Ontario here for the summer. A very good game for St. Catharines, and these early season games oftentimes still have guys at school, some other factors being involved. These are going to matter, right? We have parity in the OJLL every year now. You know, these early games are really going to matter. A big one for St. Catharines. They got to feel pretty good about it.
You saw the schedule coming up. Your plans are booked for next week as it starts on Wednesday night in St. Catharines against Toronto at 8. Thursday, Whitby in Oakville, 8 p.m. there as well. And then Friday, we've got Six Nations in Peterborough, an 8 p.m. start there as well. Teams will shake hands. It's a 2-goal win for the Athletics. Next time we're on air, it'll be in their home barn against the Beaches. Our producer tonight has been Gary Morrison, our director Rachel Wolf. On behalf of them, my partner Jonathan Donville, the JVI Sports Network, and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. We say good night from Memorial. What a start to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League season.